Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Football Manager 2018 Hearts Career Mode. Now we're kicking off this episode with some huge news. Looking at it, Rangers have hired Dal Canto as manager. And you're probably thinking the same as I was thinking. Who the fuck is Dal Canto? Did not have a clue who this guy is. I'm a massive football fan, but I've honestly, in my entire life, never heard of this guy, Dal Canto. So I went, you know what, I'll check him out. I'm sure he's played for some decent teams. I can see Dal Canto is said to be a relishing opportunity to manage at Ibrox Stadium, and the Gers supporters are sure to be hoping he can make a difference to their team. Juventus will be paid 600k in compensation for Dal Canto. He's 42, he's accumulated 7 years of experience with the likes of Juventus and Empoli. So I thought, fuck, the guy sounds good, man. You check him out, go to his history, career stats, and like, what did he do as a player? Absolutely nothing. Alright, he started off with Juventus, played 3 games. Moved on, done absolutely nothing there. And then as a manager, if I can find his manager stats, man, they're really not much better. I googled them myself, just the number of managerial jobs. For some reason, it won't show me, but he's managed absolutely nobody good, man. Here you can see, he was Vincentia manager, didn't last long. Then he managed some other team, Phoenicia, sounds the exact same. Empoli under-20s manager, did not last long either. And then he was the Juventus under-20s manager, and now he's been hired by Rangers. So man, that is a huge gamble. This could be Pedro Caixinha all over again. Is he the right manager for Rangers? I don't think so. I certainly wouldn't have chosen him. But I don't know, maybe he's good in Football Manager, but I mean, if they signed him in real life, I think a lot of people would be going like, what the hell are they doing, man? Does this club want to fail for the rest of their existence, you know what I mean? But I don't know, it's a game, so maybe the guy's actually not too bad, but we will worry about Rangers down the line when we have to play them. But as of right now, Rangers have hired Dal Canto. He is their new manager, and that's about all the news we've got so far from the Scottish Premiership. Now, I was looking at my squad. I was looking at perhaps players I'm looking to offload, try and get a bit of money for, but then I thought, you know what, I'm going to give everybody in this squad a chance. I'm going to give them an opportunity, and then if I change my mind, maybe we can offload some of them in January. But as of right now, I think I'm going to give everybody the opportunity to prove that they deserve to play for this maroon jersey and that they deserve to play for Hearts of Midlothian. So, yeah, I don't expect any of these people to go. But at the same time, man, if someone comes in with a decent offer, and if I might find it too hard to refuse, then I'll gladly accept it. But I'm not going to force anyone out the club. As of right now, no one's getting transfer listed. Jamie Walker was on the transfer list when you start this game. I've took him off it. Unfortunately, he only has a year left on his deal, so I'm hoping that the relationship between me and Walker improves and that we can somehow manage to get him to sign a new deal, because I would hate it if he left at the end of the season and we didn't get a single penny for him. That would suck monkey dick, to be honest, it would. And I don't like sucking monkey dick, so we need to make sure that we keep Jamie Walker at Hearts. Now, I was looking at players scouted. I didn't see some of the players were interested in trying to get Jordan Rossiter from Rangers. Also tried to get, he's not up here, but tried to get a Bowie on loan for Celtic. We definitely need to get a defensive midfielder, and I think Jordan Rossiter would be great in that role. We can't afford to get him outright, and Rangers don't look like they're interested in loaning them, so that's a bit annoying. We've got Lewis Morgan for St Mirren. Going to go ahead and try and get him. This Christopher Hogging guy, I don't remember looking at him, but it must have been the scouts went without my permission. Then you've got Matthew Knox, decent player, striker, one for the future perhaps. I did sign him last year, would like to sign him again, but I don't want to copy the exact same signings I made, although Matthew Knox and Tony Gallagher, two of my go-to guys, so we may put bids for them in the future. Then also Tom Haitley, he's a defensive midfielder, had spells at Motherwell and Dundee. He's currently unemployed, he's a free agent, so if we did get Tom Haitley, it would be cheap. Is he good enough to play for Hearts? That is the question, but he is a defensive midfielder and we are lacking that, but is he good enough to start? You see some of his stats, they're not bad, but they're not exactly great, are they? Currently operating on a leading Ladbrokes Championship level. There are some doubt over Haitley's ability, and there may well be better options out there. There's definitely better options out there, no one's denying that, but the fact that the guy wouldn't cost us nothing and all we need to pay is his wages, perhaps he might be worth taking a gamble on. But you know what? We're in no rush, and maybe someone else will sign him and he'll get away from us. But I'll risk that at the moment because I am going to look to try and sign the other players that we're interested in. So let's go ahead and try and get who we're going to. Lewis Morgan. We're going to put a bid in for Lewis Morgan first. I think I just read that he signed a new deal at St Mirren to keep him there for 2 years, which is kind of annoying, but fuck it, we'll put a bid in anyway. Let's go transfer, and we're going to asking price, make an offer. Major interest from West Brom. That's not good. So his value is currently 325k. We don't have that. I'm going to offer 250, and we will see. We'll see what they say. 1.7 mil. Are you shitting me? Well, there's no way, man, we're going to pay that, like 1.7 million. So that basically kind of stops any chance we've got to getting the guy. Right, maybe we could go next available end of season. But we kind of want players in now, don't we? We'll interact with the board, man. Maybe the board can get a signing Lewis Morgan would show we really mean business. What's Ann Budge going to say to that? We feel that Lewis Morgan is an How is it an unrealistic target? He's playing in the Championship. I see he's been left behind by our rivals. Fuck. So Ann Budge, she's not willing to budge. No pun intended. Well, it was intended, but anyway, she's not willing to budge and give us extra money. We need to sign Lewis Morgan. So, kind of looks like that deal's gone. I guess we could try and get who is it? Jordan Rossiter. I don't think we're going to be able to afford him, but perhaps there's that option of getting him on loan, but apparently not. Hearts are not allowed to loan players outside a transfer. What's the transfer window? What do you mean? For some reason, it's not letting us. Right, well, we'll try and get Jordan Rossiter. We'll put a bid in, won't we? What will we go for? 250. 11.25 million. Fuck off. What are these prices, man? Who comes up with this shit? Like, really? That new Rangers, man, that Italian guy must be putting some weeder shit in his pizza, because if he wants 11 million for Rossiter, he's off his rocker. We might have to end up getting Tom Hateley, who knows? Go for the cheap option, the guy that doesn't cost nothing. It's looking that way at the moment. I might just sign Matthew Knox, I don't know. Like I say, the stats are really good, and he's going to be a great player in the future. Will we get Matthew Knox? Will we get Tom Hateley, guys? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm tempted to try and get him, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So we have more breaking news. Scotland have appointed Paul Lambert as their new manager. Was not expecting that whatsoever. Lambert will replace Gordon Strachan. I don't know. What do you think of that, guys? Is that a good appointment from Scotland? I'm not too sure. 48 grand a week, really? Really, Paul? Is that how much he's getting? That's mental. You see, Paul Lambert, he's in the past, who's he managed? Wycombe, Colchester, Norwich, Aston Villa, Blackburn, Wolves. Has he done anything fantastic at these clubs? I'm not too sure. He's going to have a chance to do something good at Scotland. Probably not the person I'd appointed as manager, but I mean, hopefully he does well. I mean, hopefully, obviously I want him to do well. We want Scotland to make Scotland great again, but definitely a weird signing, I believe. But like I say, hopefully, man, he does the business, and someone can finally get us to a bloody championship, whether it be the Euros or World Cup. We're not too bothered, but we need to get somebody. Come on, guys, come on. Alright, so the transfer window has just opened, and there's some moves already being reported. Apparently, Celtic are interested in signing Marcus Olsen, 29-year-old for Derby, and that sum appears to be around a 4.9 move. That would show Celtic are meaning business if that move goes ahead. We'll have to just wait and see, but definitely I think Celtic are capable of pulling off that 4.9 million. Quite a lot in terms of money in Scottish football, but if anyone can do it, it could be Celtic. Meanwhile, 24-year-old central defender Anthony O'Connor could be about to move from Aberdeen to Rangers. And Hearts of Midlothian are thought to be looking at the possibility of bringing winger John Taylor to Tynecastle. Rumours in the press have also been linking Hearts with Anthony Ford, Connor Townsend and Daniel Bartlett. Barlaser. I haven't even looked at these guys, but you know what? We'll look at them now. Have a quick look here. This 24-year-old guy. Oh, he's a right winger. We are looking for a right winger. You know what? We'll scout him. Maybe try and get him on loan or something. I definitely wouldn't mind that. He actually looks good. Hold on here. Can we actually put in a loan bid for him? Oh, we can. Oh, Rotherham are not allowing this player to leave. Fuck. That's disappointing. Right, well, we'll maybe come back and put a proper bid in. You've got Anthony Ford, Irish right winger, valued at 600. Another Rotherham player. Well, we'll scout him. I wonder if they'll let us have him on loan. Loan offer. Rotherham are not allowed. However, they may be persuaded. Well, we'll come back at that, man. We'll maybe see if we can get him on loan. Who else? Connor Townsend. Scunthorpe left back. Nah, I don't think so, mate. Not that he's a bad player. I just don't really think left back. I'm not really looking to. Who's this? Daniel Barlaser. Newcastle under 23s. Advanced playmaker. Looks like he could be decent, actually. No, we'll go ahead and we'll scout him. And we'll wait a few days, see if the scouts get back to us, and then we'll see if we want to pursue any of these signings. But as of right now, that is the transfer rumours. We'll just have to wait and see if any of them are actually true. And I will get back to these guys as soon as we get more news on those rumours. And there's big Paul Lambert getting off to an absolutely fantastic start. Not as he loses his first game in charge of Scotland at home, 2-1 to Slovenia. Shocking there, man. Slovenia goals for Josip Ilic and Tim Matfas, getting them the win. Grant Hanley opened the scoring for us in the 19th minute, but we just could not hold on. If you look at the stats, not much in it. It's Slovenia, slightly more shots, slightly more possession, but I don't know, overall looking at that, it seems kind of harsh. We probably maybe deserved a draw of it, but we did not get it. I'm looking at the team with Gordon, Hutton, Hanley, Cooper, Tierney, MacArthur, Fletcher, Phillips, Snodgrass, Armstrong and Lee Griffiths. So, looked like we played a decent team there, to be honest. You'd Richie, Naismith and Wallace coming on late to try and get the goals to get us the win, but didn't happen. Have a quick look at the group now, see where that leaves Scotland. Oh god, not really good, is it? We're now sitting in third place, and we have dropped massively now behind Slovenia. 6 points is the gap. If we'd have won that, we'd have been on 10 points each with 4 games remaining. It's going to be really tight. Can I see Scotland getting back into that? Probably not. Yeah, man, it's going to be really, really hard there to see Scotland get back into that. I hope they do, but I mean, look at some of the results here. Struggling Scotland, well, they beat Lithuania 1-0 at Hampden, beat Malta 1-0 at Hampden. Those results are not great at all. So they've got Lithuania, Malta up next, double header. Need to get all 6 for that. Then they have England and then Slovakia at last. So it looks like we're not going to see Scotland at the World Cup. And Paul Lambert looks like it's going to be the next failure to take over the Tartan Army. Alright guys, so I don't know if Craig Levein's still lurking in the shadows or something like that, or there's someone with more control than me, because I've not even looked at Josh Windass yet. Apparently, the Edinburgh Evening News is saying that we're ready to sign Josh Windass for as little as 83k. I'd love to get Josh Windass for 83k, but I don't think that deal's on the table. I think it's fake news, as Donald Trump would say. Fake news. That's what I think. That's what I think of the Edinburgh Evening News today. But in other news, in news that is not fake, at least I hope it's not, Scotland rise in the European coefficient table. They've overtaken Cyprus and Norway. And you see, we still only get one team in the Champions League, but we're now guaranteed a team in the second qualifying round of the Euro Cup for the 2018-19 season. So good to see Scotland going up in the coefficient, man, and hopefully we can get back to the glory days and try and get 2 teams in the Champions League again. I know we're probably a long way off that, at least probably about 3, 4, 5 seasons before we could even attempt to try and get 2 teams back in the Champions League, but I think that has to be the ultimate goal. Alright, this is pretty important. Season expectations. Now, the competition for the Ladbrokes Premiership expectations are either top half finish, Euro Cup qualifier, or to win the league. Now, obviously, we're not going to pick win. How much more money do we get if we... See, it's not even that much, man. You're getting an extra, 22k transfer budget? And the wage goes up by about 2.2k. But if we pick to win it, again, hardly any difference. I think we're just going to go with top half finish and not put much pressure on ourselves this season. Scottish Cup, we'll stick with the quarter final. Depending on the draws we get, you could get like Celtic last 16, then you're in trouble. So I think we're going to go with the minimum expectations that will allow us. Not to be negative, I just don't want to put any pressure on us our first season. I think this first season is just about achieving a solid place in the league. Try and bring in some good youth players and just, I don't know, gel the team. And then maybe next season, that is when we can look to, maybe improve and possibly challenge for second with Rangers and Aberdeen. But this season, I think if we could just try and beat Hibs to fourth, I'd be more than happy with that. So the draw has been made for the Betfred Cup, and we've been drawn against my hometown, my local team, Airdrie. So we've got Airdrie and an Athletic, Dumbarton and East Kilbride. I'm pretty happy with that group, man. If we do not get through, it will be shocking. But then again, remember guys, we didn't get through in real life. But then again, Ian Cathro is an absolute numpty, and I'm somewhat semi-decent at this game, so I should be able to navigate us through that group with no bother. Alright, so we've managed to do it. Forget about new signings, forget about new managers, forget about this, forget about that. In my opinion, the most important deal we probably will do this season, and we've signed Jamie Walker down to a long-term contract. Signed a 3-year deal. It was due to run out this year, but we've managed to keep him at the club, offered him a wage increase, increased everything basically. So Jamie Walker is going to be staying at Hearts, and that is vital. The last thing we wanted to do was lose this guy for absolutely nothing or even peanuts. But no, he's going to be staying at Hearts. He's got a passion for the club. He doesn't want to leave. Obviously, Rangers were in for him, but he was no interested in Rangers. He was interested in signing a contract at Hearts and playing for Hearts, and that's what we want, man, because he's undoubtedly our best player. He was only on 1.2k a week, man. I thought that's absolutely disgraceful. I wouldn't have blamed him if he left, but fortunately, man, we managed to talk and he signed a new deal, so I'm delighted to announce it. We've got Jamie Walker for this season. He will be our key man. Hopefully we can keep him fit, and I'm pretty sure if we do, he will contribute to which will hopefully be a successful season. But yeah, man, I mean, I don't think we're not going to depend on, no signing we make is going to be better news than this, in my opinion. We're also in for Josh Windass, just kind of waiting on Rangers to get back to us. Looking to sign Josh Windass for under 100k, which would be fantastic, I think. And then we'll bring him in, and it really does show our attacking options. We've kept Walker, we've got Windass, if we do get him, that is. And then, I don't know, we will be a force going forward. Alright, so our first game of the season came to an end. We got a draw against Wolfsburg at AC. It was a friendly. I've decided not to actually play the friendlies. The assistant manager, Austin McPhee, will be in charge of them. But look at that, man. Hearts, Jamie Walker was forced off with a pulled ankle ligaments in the 35th minute after an attempted tackle on Cal Per Steerer. Fucking hell, we've just signed him to, great news, we just signed him to a 3-year contract and he's injured already, man. So he's out for 2 to 3 weeks, injured tackling. Shouldn't be a massive deal, should be back before the start of the actual season. He might miss a game or two in the Betfred Cup, but I'm hoping that we actually won't need him for the Betfred Cup. Because if we do, then we're in trouble, because that group's piss easy and we should be getting through it with absolutely no problem. But anyway, at least we avoided defeat in our first pre-season friendly. More good news coming in at TYNECASTLE. We've made our first signing of the season, and it is Josh Windass, getting him from Rangers for only 83k, which I believe is it's a very pretty decent wee sum there. Apparently they want Don Cowie to, I will welcome him at a later date, but I'm happy with that. Assistant report, first team player, 3 stars, could still improve. Fan reaction, supporter spokesman Andy Conway believes the fans are pleased with the signing of Josh Windass and expect the player to be a first teamer. However, as Windass was signed from Rivals Rangers, he will be on a short lease with the supporters and will need to win them over. He should have no problem doing that. We did have to pay $3,000 a week on wages though, which is a bit steep, but it had to be done, I think. in order to get him in. He's still getting more money than Jamie Walker, which doesn't quite sit right with me, but I had to do it to get him in. I had a chat with Ross Callaghan earlier. He's worried about that Josh Winders has been signed to replace him. I'll ask Don Cowie, I think, to resolve this issue, man. It's not a big deal. Callaghan's a young kid. He's not really going to be in the first team at the moment anyway, so I don't think he has to worry about Josh Windass. Worry about yourself, mate. Worry about puberty, for fuck's sake, and then come back to me about Josh Windass. Ross, I want to have a word with him, get him to drop the issues. Good, I'll try my best, but he's difficult to talk to at the moment. Well, cheers. Callaghan, no longer worried about being it. Thank you, Don Cowie. See, we don't want Don Cowie to go. I think when he retires, maybe offer him a coaching role at the club. I think try and keep him here. Second pre-season friendly, and it is our first win. Edge Hearts narrowly edge SC Herefin, and it is a goal from Kyle Lafferty. If you follow my FIFA 18 career mode, you'll realise that I call him King Kyle Lafferty because he always scores fucking great goals against the big teams. But he scored again today when it matters. Player of the match was Christoph Berra with an 8.5 match rating, and I think we just about edged it, man. So delighted to beat Herefin. Decent team. It was always going to be a difficult game, but we came away with a 1-0 win, and it's good to see us getting some confidence into the team before we kick off our Premier League season. Right, some results now from around Europe. It's the Europa League qualifiers. It's the first round qualifying, and Rangers, unlike real life, have progressed 4-0 away from home. They beat them 4-0 at Ibrox, and it is an 8-0 win on aggregate, man. So nothing like how the real life fixtures turned out, but good to see Rangers getting through, another Scottish team into the next round, and also St Johnstone with a 7-1 aggregate win over Differdenge. So good to see both Scottish teams getting safely through to the second qualifying round. We'll see who they get. They will join Aberdeen in there, who are getting Israeli side Beni Yehuda. I don't know, it should be, I think that's a decent tie for Aberdeen. I'd expect them to go through. Rangers getting Hajduk Split from Croatia. That is going to be very difficult, 50-50. Either team could go through, man. Difficult tie for Rangers there. And who did St Johnstone get? St Johnstone got Siroki Brešig. I believe that is a team that Aberdeen got. Is that the team that Aberdeen beat? I think Aberdeen beat them in the second qualifying round. Correct, I could be wrong, guys, but I'm pretty sure Aberdeen beat them in real life. But anyway, there you go. That is the Scottish teams in the Europa Cup. But before we leave this episode, we're going to have a quick look at the teams in the SPFL and have a look at some of the signings made. So Aberdeen, you can see, have been busy. They've kept everyone so far, and they've brought in 5 players. 3 were just non-transfers, free agents, and they brought in Scott McTominay on loan from Man United. This kid is, I think he's going to be a great player in the future. He's valued at 950k. He's tipped to be a wonder kid in FIFA. I'm not quite sure if he's going to be as good in Football Manager, but anyway, good signing there from Aberdeen, and he could play a pivotal part in their season if they want to try and get second or perhaps even challenge Celtic. And they also signed Dimitri Mitchell on loan for Aberdeen, so who knows, maybe there's an Aberdeen Man United Sir Alex Ferguson connection. But anyway, 2 good loan players Aberdeen have signed for United, and they really could mean business this year. Up next we have Celtic, yet to bring anyone in, yet to take anyone out. Do they really need to bring anyone in though? That is the question. Probably not. Dundee, the same as Celtic, haven't done any business yet. Then you have Hamilton. They brought in John Calvi on a free transfer. We'll check him out. Is he any good? Some of his stats look decent. 33-year-old Frenchman. We'll see how he gets on. We have Hearts, just the one player. We brought in Josh Windass. We don't have much money. Our wage budget's not the biggest. I don't know if we'll bring any more in. I would like to try and bring at least one more in, but I don't know. If we only get Josh Windass, then it's a pretty good signing, I believe. He's valued at 225k. We got him for 83, so definitely a bargain. We could probably sell him right now. We could sell him tomorrow and make a profit. So either way, whether you don't rate him as a player, I think you've got to agree that it was a good deal. It was definitely a good transfer, and hopefully he has a good career at Hearts. Up next we have Hibernian. They brought in Bright Enukabea from Wolves on loan. A Nigerian 19-year-old kid in a cam role. He's valued at 2 million. Must be decent. And it looks like it's a pretty good signing there for Hibernian. With Kilmarnock yet to make any business, so have Motherwell. We've got Partick Thistle bringing in Lucas Garifot for a free, and we have Rangers have been busy. Obviously they've sold Josh Windass. They've brought in Christian Bielik on loan for Arsenal, Oliver McBurney on loan from Swansea, and Abdoulaye Konko on a free transfer. So Rangers bringing in some players. Aberdeen and Rangers have improved their squads here, so who knows, maybe they can. Can they put a challenge in for Celtic? Let me know, get down below, guys. What do you think Rangers and Aberdeen are going to do this season? Do you think they'll be closer to Celtic, or do you think they'll be closer to the chasing pack with the likes of Hearts and Hibernian? Let me know down below what you think is going to happen there. Ross Trinity have brought in Mark Dunnan from Dundee United for 24.5k, and Ben Hall on loan for Brighton. And St Johnstone have brought in Henrik Borjal on loan from Brighton as well, guys. So that's going to wrap up episode 2 here of the Hearts career mode. Now, I know it's kind of going at a slow pace, but that's what happens. See, in the pre-season, when you first start Football Manager, it is a slow game. But next episode, we're going to begin into the Betfred Cup. I might just play all 4 games, and who knows, and then episode 4 will probably be the beginning of the Premier League season. But yeah, next time out, it's going to be the Betfred Cup and hopefully a few more additions to the Hearts of Midlothian team. Let me know, guys, down below who you want me to try and bring in. But remember, you need to keep it realistic. We don't have a big budget. I think we've got about 150k left, 140k left. Wage budget, we've got a couple of grand to spare. So, I mean, come on, don't ask me to sign Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo or fucking Neymar, because it's not going to happen, and you know it. But anyway, I've been Scotland 90. This is the Hearts Football Manager 2018 career mode. Until next time, peace.